What's up, everybody? Jonathan here on Pacific Inlet today. I was just kind of reorienting myself on this map. I'd forgotten that I had set up this chipping operation over here on landing number 2. I hadn't played this since the last video that was put out, so it's been a little while. We played some Appalachian Mountain and some Timberlands. I've been working on a high-speed log and Timberland video, so I'll be looking for that pretty soon. So I've forgotten about all this, and so we have 2 trucks loaded up with wood chips. It's ready to go. Then I got, of course, the beast over here, and like our normal wood chip operations. But so let's go ahead and get these trucks, get this wood chips delivered. I think we got pretty good prices. Let's see. Yeah, pretty decent prices. So we'll go ahead and sell this. And I'm wondering, did I have a course? Yeah, I do have a Courseplay route. Okay. And where are we going to? I don't remember. We'll find out. I had to adjust my headphone volume. That was too loud. Okay. So let's get back. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and send this one too. And our Peterbilt is slipping. What has happened? Oh boy. What has happened here? Where are we even at? Okay, so something happened. Apparently we didn't make it too far, and we have had a wreck or something. Wow. Okay, well I may have to re-record that course. Yeah, Courseplay is kind of glitchy sometimes. If you if you catch a little glitch in the map or something, it'll send your truck into the forest. So let's just go ahead and manually drive it down here. It's not that far. Yeah, see, I think it's also something with this truck. It's I don't know if it's trying to go too fast, and because it's not wanting to steer too good. So it could just be this truck. I'll have to definitely re-record that course and go a little bit slower, because you can change it in the Courseplay settings for either your recorded speed or just max speed. And I think I'll just need to slow down and then change it to the recording speed instead of max speed. But anyway, we'll get that straightened out before next time. Yeah, we spent quite a bit of money getting that chipping operation going, but I think it's going to be worth it. I was really hoping to get to a point where I wasn't going to be buying any more equipment and just straight banking money till we get the map finished. And I think we're, I keep saying I think we're almost there, but if I can keep from crashing, got going too fast again. If I can keep from buying new equipment, we'll just keep with what we got until the very end. I do want to take this Western Star truck right here and sell it and get something else. I've already got a truck in mind. I just gotta sell that truck. I don't particularly like that. I mean, it's a good mod. I like it, but I don't like the camera. The camera's kind of odd, and the truck doesn't seem to have enough power either. So we'll be selling that Western Star and getting another Peterbilt. Oops. Hit the wrong button. There we go. I wasn't quite lined up just right. That should work. Okay. Now let's see if we can't figure out what's going on with this Courseplay route. I wanna watch it and just see if it's going too fast. I think that's what it is. This truck, it's got a lot of power and it gets up to speed pretty quick. And then if you just hit a little glitch in the map or something, it will probably send it to the trees. So let's just watch this and see what happens. I think that's the case because I've got it set to. Let's see, where's it at? Here it is. Okay, yeah, so it's automatic from the course. Yeah, see, it just got going a little bit too fast right there. And it was trying to correct itself. Looks like it's going to be okay this time. But it must have just glitched out last time and hit the trees. But if it does it every once in a while, I can live with that. But if it's going to do it every time, then uh-oh. Well, shoot. I forgot about that being in the way. Yeah, so I had it just to stop right here because we could either deliver logs or wood chips with this. So, you see how long it takes it to stop? This truck takes a long time to stop. Which is probably realistic. I mean, you're loaded down with a huge load of wood chips and 18-wheelers don't stop on a dime anyway, so. Oh yeah, so today is Friday, October the 13th, and not only is it Friday the 13th, but Gold Rush, the game, comes out today. They timed it, they kind of partnered with Discovery Channel to time it to the new season of Gold Rush. I think it's, what, season 8 of Gold Rush? I think that's right. Starts, well, tonight, since tonight will be Friday. But anyway, it comes out tonight, so they're going to release the game today. And so hopefully what I'll do is just as soon as I get that Steam key, I'm going to start playing Gold Rush. I'll record just as soon as I can and hopefully put up some gameplay tomorrow just to get a video out there showing kind of what the finished game looks like. So that'll be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. They hit most of their Kickstarter goals, and unfortunately, they put out an email yesterday. It would be Thursday, the 12th, saying that due to, just basically unforeseen circumstances, they won't be able to release some things with the release of the game. But what they're hoping to do is within the next couple of weeks, put out some patches that will. I think it brings in and I think the wash plant's one of them, and the rock truck maybe. There was a few things that they weren't able to get out with the game because they had to push up. I think they pushed up the release date. But anyway, I'm not too worried about that. I mean, I'm kind of wanting to start from basically nothing and see how big I can build the operations. What I'm wanting to do. Yeah, see this truck when it's loaded and going really fast doesn't want to turn very good. And that's the problem with Courseplay. So I'm probably going to re-record this course anyway and just go a lot slower. Now let's see what our prices have done. Yeah, they've gone down some. I think I'm gonna go ahead and store this one. I'm just going to put it in this bunker here. But I'm hoping, I don't know when they'll finally get around to releasing those Steam keys for Gold Rush, but just as soon as I get that email notification, unless it's like in the middle of the night or something, I'll start playing it and kind of test it out myself, and then see what it's all about, how it runs on my computer and things like that, and then I'll put up some gameplay. And just as soon as I get finished messing around with these Woodchip trucks, we'll get busy skidding some logs up to the landing on across the road over here. We got a lot of trees to skid up and process and deliver, and then a few more to cut down, so we'll have to get busy on that. Yeah, let's see if we can't. We should have about 19,000 more liters of logs in the beast already. Oh, a lot more than that. 30-something thousand. And let's get this wood chip trailer right here out of the way. I'm kind of tired of it being out in the road. Whoop. Yeah, it's not quite full, but let's go ahead and get it out of the way and delivered. Yeah, I'm still kind of recovering from some sinus congestion and coughing related to that, so if you hear any coughing or my voice sounds strange or anything, just that's what it is. Went and saw a doctor yesterday and got some medication and stuff, so I should be getting better here just any day. Well, I'm already feeling a lot better. Yeah, I'm looking forward to all the fall TV shows that haven't started yet that I usually watch getting going. Of course, Gold Rush starts tonight, and that's on the History Channel. And then over on the Discovery Channel on November, I can't remember what it is now. November something. It's early November, maybe the 6th, 7th, 8th, somewhere in there, early part of November. The Curse of Oak Island new season starts. I'm looking forward to that. I'll have watched that. Let's see. There we go. I've watched that from the beginning. I'm always a sucker for these shows where they're trying to hunt down some treasure with old clues and stuff. Most of the time they don't ever find anything, but it's just interesting to watch. I mean, I'm kind of hooked in it now, so got to see what's going on. And with Oak Island, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they're ever going to find anything. They have to probably dig the whole island up to find anything, and then what does it all mean? Because they keep finding these little clues, and they think this, one clue leads to another clue, and that kind of thing. And they keep digging all these holes and sending divers down and all this stuff. But I don't know. I'm beginning to think there's nothing there anymore. And what was really strange was, I think at the end of the season before last, which would have been, let's see, they're probably going to start season, is it 4 or 5 this time? I can't remember now. Anyway, at the end of season, we'll just call it 3. I don't know. I don't remember which one they're on now. They drilled a hole, and they ran a camera down there, and they saw something gold and shiny, so they got all excited. So they brought in that big, huge hole digging machine. They dug a hole big enough to have a person go down in there, and they sent a diver down, and he didn't find anything. So I don't know, that's weird. But it's a fun show to watch. I like watching it. But the TV shows I'm watching right now is, well, I like watching The Voice, the singing competition. That's fun. But as far as like other shows besides that, I don't watch a whole lot of TV. Uh, Over the past couple of years or so, I just been so busy with remodeling my kitchen and all that, I haven't had time to watch much TV. But I do like watching Gotham. I got caught up on that. They put season 3 finally up on Netflix. I watched that, and I watch a lot of stuff on Netflix, because it's just easy to watch. Because you just watch whenever you want to, and as you have time, and stream it, and you can watch 4 or 5 episodes if you want to. That's nice. So I watch, let's see, all the Marvel stuff, except for Jessica Jones. I never got into that. But however, I did watch the Defenders. That was pretty good. So we got Daredevil, Luke Cage, which was a really good one. I watched all of the Iron Fist. That wasn't really one of my favorites. See, I started Jessica Jones, couldn't really get into it, so I didn't watch much of that. And then when the Defenders came out, I watched all of it, first season. That was pretty good. But yeah, as far as, well, of course, I don't have satellite or cable with a DVR, so it's hard for me to sometimes, catch a show when it's live. And I just haven't, in fact, I haven't had satellite or cable TV for, I don't know, 6, 7 years now, something like that. I was always either picking up local channels over the air and recording them on my computer, or I was, had a Netflix or Hulu or something like that where I could just watch online. Those satellite bills and stuff get pretty crazy. It's kind of weird how they, they catch you at first, and it's like $60 or $70 at first, and then after the first year it jumps up to $100 and something. I mean, that's when most people call and say, hey, I want to cancel. Why don't they just keep it at the original price? I mean, if it's not costing them anything to do it that way, why raise the rates? It's crazy. It's all about the money, though, trying to make more money. They probably have more customers if they restructure their pricing, you know. I mean, I can understand when, you know, because of everything these days going up in price, that they need to up the prices. But I mean, once the technology is in place and you've got everything set up, it's not really anything to maintain. So why are you raising prices? I don't know. I don't understand it. But I'm kind of waiting for the day to when companies, cable companies and whatever, start giving you the option to pick and choose what channel you want via streaming. Like, say, if I only watch ABC, NBC, Fox, CBS, Discovery Channel, History Channel, ESPN, you know, just a few channels like that, I want to be able to pick my plan and then pay for just those channels. Because, you know, when you buy satellite or cable, you get maybe 200 and something channels, and a good many of those, a lot of times on satellite anyway, are music. I don't, you know, nobody who listens to that stuff. I mean, maybe it's somebody. I mean, I used to listen to it every once in a while, but most of the time, out of those 250 channels, you might only use 10 of them. You know, watch regularly anyway. I mean, you might flip around and find something with some movie channels or something, but I mean, I'm 40 years old. I don't care about Nickelodeon or Disney Channel or anything like that, so I don't want to pay for that. So I'm waiting for the day when you can pick and choose what channels you want. Like, say they may have an option for $40 a month to let you choose 50 channels or something, and those 50 channels is all you get. So I'm waiting for those days. Alright, well, that didn't work. And it will come, because I think, you know, with several of these companies now, I think are starting to realize that it would be more beneficial to them to offer online services like that, to where you're only watching one or two channels. Alright, this is crazy. What is going on with this thing? Too many stumps for one thing. Oh, come on, what's going on here? I've hit the Stump Minefield. Yeah, these stumps drive me crazy. And it's too much work to go in there and remove them all. I may end up switching back to a grapple skidder, I don't know. I hate to do that, because you can pull so many more trees with this line skidder. In fact, I need to get a few more because I'm not fully utilizing this machine. That's more like it. That's something more along the lines of what that Tiger Cat 635 should be pulling in one load instead of just 2 logs. Yeah, I don't know how many times I've said this, but I sure wish that the next like Farming Simulator 19 that they would somehow figure out how to make the logs not like steel rods and more like real trees, to where when you grab them with the grapple skidder, they don't slip out of the grapple, and they actually have some give to them, and the tips of the trees can flex too. I think if they could figure that out, it'd be a lot better. Well, let's get one more bundle of trees skidded up, and then we'll work on processing this pile we've got. This skidder is just about impossible to drive sometimes. FDR Logging usually does pretty good work, but I think on this one he kind of dropped the ball. I don't know, I just don't like this steering from the front 2 wheels thing. It drives funny. Okay, let's see. I think first of all what I want to do is get rid of this Western Star truck. I never should have bought this thing to start with, but oh well. Oh. And that's not where I need to go. Garage, there we go. Okay, now what I want to buy to replace it is another Peterbilt, but it's a different Peterbilt than what we're normally been running. We've been using this one, and I forget where that one comes from, but this Peterbilt right here was just released not too long ago from the guy that did the Ridgecrest map, Ridgecrest Modding. Find them on Facebook. And this is the unfinished. You can even see right there it says test. This is the unfinished Peterbilt 1999 379 sleeper cab. It's pretty nice. Let's see. Let's go black. I think that's gonna look pretty good. And we don't need the bull bar. And let's go with the quarter fenders. See what that looks like. Wow, $30,000 is it? Well, it's 1999. We'll say it's used. Okay. In fact, let me look at that again. Okay, it's only 27,000 to start with. So, okay. And there it is. Pretty nice looking Peterbilt truck. I think some of this came from American Truck Simulator, some of the modeling, but you can see like none of the areas that are supposed to be chrome, none of that's chrome, and I think that's part of what he was talking about. Let me see. So it sounds pretty good. Decent horn. The only thing I don't like about some of these mods is like when you first turn on the lights, you know, it'd be pretty cool if the first click you did was for just the auxiliary lights, and then the headlights came on with the second click, and then the third click may have been some brights or something, but it's not the way it works. It's a nice mod. It looks good. Just needs some chrome on it instead of this kind of brushed aluminum look, I guess. The interior looks good. I looked at this on another game save, and supposedly you can flip the bumper up somehow. Let's see if any of these number pad keys do anything. So there's hazards. That's pretty neat. That must be just some backup lights or something. Well, I don't know what might cause the bumper to flip up. I'm not sure what triggers that. Oh well. Not that I would need that anyway. And there's no real visible exhaust coming out. That's kind of, I don't know. It's a neat effect, but it'd be kind of neat if it was more darker, if you could see it better. It's coming out a little bit. I can see it now. Uh-oh. Well, I'm messed up already. High center, my new Peterbilt. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and load this one up first, and we'll see how it works with the full load of logs. Should be just fine though. And let's see, I didn't look to see how much fuel it holds. 1130, probably 1150 or something was probably where it was supposed to be. I don't know why I keep hitting the wrong button. As long as I've played this game, I don't know what buttons to push. Well, I really should have. I did it again. Push wrong button. I should have restacked these logs a little better first. Yeah, these logs here on the deck kind of got a little messed up, probably from one of those logs I was processing where it just goes crazy. Because when the tip of your log that you're trying to process is hitting the ground, it sometimes does some weird stuff. So you either have to be careful or just kind of watch what you're doing, make sure the tip's not hitting the ground as you're trying to process. You can just raise up your boom. But or the other thing that could happen is I've noticed whenever I've got a bunch of logs already processed on the landing and I start to process, when you reach a point you start to process some more, it gets really screwy. That's why I try to keep this, I don't try to have a huge pile of logs here on the deck. Okay, well that should ride. I thought that may have gotten loose over here. And that's probably all yeah, that's probably all I'm gonna do. Alright, well let's see how this log truck does. It should do fine. Now let's see, do we sell or stockpile? Oop, wrong button. And prices have leveled back at 212. That's not a great price. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and stockpile these. And if I start to get too many logs here at the landings I mean not the landings, at the holding areas here, it'll act weird too. Yeah, in case you're new to the channel, you probably noticed at the top of the screen that I've got the load count up there. And what I've been doing is on Pacific Inlet, this map here, I've been trying to cut out the whole map. It's a huge number of trees, and this is actually version 1 of the map. He put out, I think, gosh, there's probably 5 or 6 more versions out there now than this one, but I started cutting on this one. I was afraid if I upgraded to the newest map, newest version of the map, then I was going to lose my work. So I've been working on this version, and so at the top of the screen you see the load count, and I'm just thought it'd be fun to keep track of how many loads of logs we deliver out of here. And really, what I should have been doing from the start was if we chipped up a load, then I should have been counting that. But I didn't. I was gonna try to do it maybe every other episode, every other load of wood chips was to count that as a load, because you know we are cutting down the trees, we are chipping them up, and we are delivering them here, which I guess sort of technically is a load of logs just chipped up. But I hadn't been doing it, so it's probably a little bit late now to go back and do that. So we'll just say for every load of logs that we deliver, we'll keep track of that. And yeah, I haven't done really an update lately for those of you that are new, but just in case you're new to the channel and you're watching this video, my name is Jonathan. I do have a degree in forestry. I went to Louisiana Tech University and got a degree in forestry back in 2001, and I worked briefly for a timber company not far from the school. And I did it again. Nope. And worked as a forester for it's only about 6 months. I just really wasn't in a very good situation, I guess. The company was real small, and there was a lot of demands on, you know, work and time and things like that. And being right out of college, I think my boss just was not used to working with anybody, and so it was a little bit of a, I don't know, not tense or stressful situation, but it just wasn't the best situation. So I decided to go back to school, and I got another degree, and that's part of what I do now. But But yeah, so I do have a degree in forestry, so I do kind of know what I'm talking about. I've been out of the game for a long time, so but I still enjoy it, and I don't really keep up with timber prices or you know that sort of stuff anymore. But it's fun to play this game and get to do a little bit of forestry that is I guess the cooler aspect of it, you know, with all the machinery and that sort of thing. So it's a lot of fun. I started probably about a year after Farming Simulator 15 was released. A good friend of mine told me about this game and that him and his son was playing it, and that you could cut down trees and do all that forestry stuff. I thought that was pretty cool, so I started playing it, and I had all the necessary equipment to record episodes, and so I started putting them on YouTube about I guess it's maybe about a year and a half ago now. And I've been pretty well pleased with how the channel has grown. I would like to see a bit more growth, more views per video, and that sort of thing, because it does take a lot of my time and resources to put these videos together and get them uploaded and all that. And there is some expense involved with hardware. I had a hard drive crash about a month or two ago. Had to replace that. That was about $75 to replace that, plus the time to get it installed and everything set back up. And then there's the videos I have to produce. Sometimes it takes anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour or more to just to get titles and screenshots and all that stuff. But it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I think there's not a lot of people out on YouTube that are doing Farming Simulator 17 forestry only videos. There's a few, but not many that do it full time. And this is my passion, is forestry, and that's why I started playing the game to begin with. So I'm gonna continue doing the forestry for as long as I feel like it. I'm hoping the channel sticks around for a long time and gains some more viewers. And I mean, if I keep getting subscribers and it grows and grows, then we'll do it more and more. But if it stalls out or something, then I may have to rethink whether it's worth my time or not. Which brings me to another point. I do have a Patreon page. If you look at the video description below, I have a link to the Patreon page. And right now I have one patron, and it's right now I've just got it set up for $5 a month. Which it's not that much money, but if I got 15 or 20 or more Patreon members, it could add up pretty quick. And what I'm hoping to do with that is, number one, I want to give back to y'all. I mean, y'all are the viewers, and y'all are what's made the channel what it is, and continues to push me to grow and to provide more and better content, better gameplay, different games, that sort of thing. So what I'm planning on doing is, number one, I want to give back to you guys. So once I reach a goal of X number of I think I've got it on there as like maybe 20. I think once I reach 20 subscribers, what I want to do is once a month start having some giveaways, and those giveaways could be anything from copies of the game, joysticks, controllers, even computer monitors, clothing. If I run across something that's Farming Simulator, American Truck Simulator, Spin Tires, anything, any of the games we play, like hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, whatever. Maybe even models of equipment. Like I know that Tiger Cat and Caterpillar both put out die-cast models of some pretty detailed models of their machinery, and that'd be pretty cool to give away too, wouldn't it? So we'll do stuff like that once a month once I start reaching that goal, and then from there we'll just kind of see how that goes and everything. But number two to the Patreon money is, I want to upgrade my equipment. I'm going to eventually need a new computer, and what I want to do is use the computer I'm doing now as gaming. I want to move that over to do processing for the videos, and then have a new gaming monitor, gaming setup, so I can run some of these games at higher resolution and better shading and shadows and stuff like that, because that does take up quite a bit of resources on the computer. But and then other things like um, well, upgrading monitors. I want to get some foot pedals for these track machines, because right now I'm having to use my controller to move, and then when I get ready to process the logs, I have to switch over to my joysticks. So that's a bit awkward and not quite as smooth, so I could do a little bit better gameplay if I had some foot pedals. And those things are probably right around $100. I've looked at them a few times and actually found one that I bid on eBay and got outbid on it, because well, the price just jumped up higher than what I was wanting to pay for it. But brand new, I think those things are about $100, maybe $90 or something like that. So just things like that. And then there's, of course, there's also the unknowns that happen, like hard drive crashes, and you got to run out to Best Buy on a weekend and spend $75 to get a new hard drive. So that wasn't fun. I wasn't backing up my stuff like I should have been either. So now I have a program called SyncToy, which is put out by Windows, Microsoft, and I've got it set to run every night at 2 a.m. So I'm backing up all my stuff now, as I should be. And so hopefully, if we, fingers crossed we won't, but if we happen to have another hard drive crash, we've got it back up. And basically what I'm backing up is my whole My Documents folder, which is all of my games, game saves. I'm backing up my Joy to Key settings, my input bindings for Farming Simulator, just tons of stuff. Mods, all that, so I have to download mods again. So it definitely helps to have that in place. And also, it's been a while now, but at the end of the videos where you see the little last video and the subscribe button and all that stuff, I worked on that a good bit in Photoshop to get that put together. So, you know, just things like that take time, and it does take time to think up new ideas and put it all together. So having a little extra income to motivate me would definitely help. So if you can, head on over to the Patreon webpage, the link below, and think about helping me out with the channel. It would certainly help me out, and we can provide some new stuff. And like I said, I'm gonna be doing once I reach my goal of Patreon subscribers, I'm gonna start doing a monthly giveaway, and those will be some pretty nice prizes. They won't be any kind of slouch prizes or junk. It'll be some nice stuff. So if you would, just head on over there and think about it and sign up. And what I'd like to do also somewhere down the road is possibly a multiplayer server. I'm not that, I guess, excited about that so much, because I don't know, I'm a bit of a control freak. Well, not control freak, but I guess I'm a bit of a control person when it comes to doing things. You know, like when I log, I like to do things in as much of a simulation mode as I can possibly muster with this game. I mean, there's certain things you just can't do, but so for instance, if we were to do some kind of multiplayer server, I think, I don't know, I think I'd almost like to have it to where it was only turned on when I could be playing, which really right now for me is not much of an option, because I've got so much to do around my house to remodel my kitchen, and I got some other projects I want to work on. One on being a new computer desk. I'm going to build a computer desk for my office, so that's one little project, and there's a few other little things. But So my time is limited on when I could play, which it would probably, if I were to do it, say if I were to do it today, then about the only time I could really play is on Thursday nights for a few hours, but maybe maybe some other nights, I don't know, but right now my time's pretty limited. And also, I think, you know, this is a family-friendly channel, so I don't want any cussing. So if anybody is on the multiplayer server cussing it up, we'll have to put that. We'll put that to an end real quick. Let's put it that way. But so a multiplayer server, which costs money again. I've looked into it, and I think you got to buy the game. I think, or there may be some subscription things out there like monthly where you can just pay a monthly fee and the game's already on the server. That's probably going to be an option. But anyway, you're still looking at probably, I don't know, I can't remember what I looked at. It's like $15 a month, $20 a month, something like that. So, you know, that's, again, that's more money, and it's always about the money. But that's definitely on my mind, is having some sort of multiplayer server, and I think I'd have to have some folks in there that are committed to, you know, playing the right way. And what I mean by that is, if I say we're going to be cutting a specific area a specific way, then that's the way it needs to be done. Because, you know, this is Farming Simulator, so let's simulate the actual, you know, what you would do in real life. That's the way I like to play. Alright, come on, cut. There you go. But honestly, it may be as far as, like, I don't know, sometime next year, really, before I may be ready to do any kind of multiplayer stuff. Of course, next year is coming up pretty fast. See what I'm talking about with the processor and the logs get crazy? Alright, well let's finish up these logs here, and I'm going to call it a video this time. I didn't realize we were already over an hour. Time flies when you're having fun. I could seriously just about play this game all day. This crazy thing. Sometimes it cuts, sometimes it doesn't. Alright, well there's all the logs we had skidded up this time. And next time I'll try to have another good pile of logs already skidded up so we don't have to waste time skidding. So hopefully I can play a little bit in between videos and get some logs skidded up. And we'll probably work a bit more over on our chipping operation. I want to work on that some, and then depending on how things go with getting everything cleaned up over on this side, we may start cutting over at landing number 1 with the fella buncher just to get some trees cleared out for a landing over there. But I usually, even though it's a pretty good sized little landing at number 1, let's see where I'm at. I got too much equipment. I missed somewhere. Anyway, we'll just hop out from there. There's our fella buncher. Well, anyway, I usually like to clear out some trees around the landing just to give us a bit more wiggle room. But anyway, so that's going to do it for this time on Pacific Inlet. And I'll try to get my little map I've got going where I show how much we've cut and all that stuff. I'll get my little map updated and show that next time. But anyway, thanks for watching. This is Jonathan on Pacific Inlet. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.